This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Today we're going to find out why it's a bad idea to feed wild animals, and you're going to hear from Robert from Caversham and his entire family. Actually, it's a delightful story.
David Woodward has been over in Florida following the hurricane. Milton's been a real bastard. And we play back a grab of an interview that he got with a local that he told us that he had not heard.
Anyone reference it, didn't they?
He'd been doing Crosses to Sunrise all morning, radio interviews, the whole thing, and not one person had asked him about it.
Yeah, and he said, and that's a grab that he was most proud of.
For a good reason. When you hear it, you'll know what we mean.
Emma O'Driscoll joins us from the Fremantle Dockers, and she tells us how she's become really close to senior coach Lisa Webb. No, really.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
We're dedicated to the craft of radio.
Do you want to have the rest of the day off?
Please.
6:04, Nathan, Nat and Sean. Happy Friday, everybody. We've made it to Friday.
We have. One person's made it to Friday. It means a bit more.
Yeah. What?
Oh, that's me. Obviously, making it Friday means a bit more.
Okay, Sean. It's going to be a long day if this is how you need to continue.
We're talking about Harry. You didn't get on board.
Even Harry didn't know you were talking about Harry.
It's Harry Fitzgerald's last day with us today.
What about
before
Sean?
He flies his wings.
Yeah, spreads them. Sean 15 minutes ago, we were talking about the last day and stuff. He starts packing up, put his water bottle in his bag, put his backpack on and almost walked out of here.
What are you doing?
I was talking to Harry about him leaving here, and then it just morphed into my own brain that I'm leaving
You just heard leaving and packed your things.
with talking, pack me
That
stuff
would have
up.
been. If I saw you walk out with your bag, I would have packed my bag so quickly. Oh, is this what we're doing? I wouldn't have asked a question. I would have just taken off.
Sean, you still work here, I'm afraid.
Yeah. I'd like to take a moment right now to introduce someone else into our show.
Yeah.
And we're going to get to know him very well over the next, or however long until he leaves.
It becomes a really big star.
Big star because that's what happens. This will be happening with Harry. Hello, Sam.
Hi, good morning.
Hey,
Sam is the new Harry.
Big shoes to fill. I know, I'm very nervous, but thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah. What
you'll be
size
great.
shoes are you, Harry?
Just a 12.
What are you?
Oh, I could double sock and maybe triple sock and I could maybe wear that. But yeah, 11.
Oh, right on his heels, literally.
Yeah. We're not losing much then.
Nice.
Is that a US or is that a UK?
Exactly the same.
Oh, yeah, maybe US. Maybe
Wait,
I'll check.
how tall are you, Harry?
6'6".
How tall are you,
Oh,
Sam?
yeah, no, he's got me covered by about half a foot there. So.
Yeah. So have you got big feet or has Harry got small
I think
feet?
Harry's got small feet.
No, I do. Yeah.
Delicate little ballerina feet.
Yeah.
How embarrassing.
But good for agility. Come on, I've always said that.
How
Yeah.
embarrassing.
If he was in the wild, he'd be good getting up the trees and stuff.
Yeah.
Wild.
Anyway.
Harry in the wild.
We'll be celebrating Harry today, obviously.
Oh, God.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Urban Cookie Collective, the secret, Nathan.
Oh, what a
my
cracker.
gosh. Such a special song to me.
Did you feel like you were at the Aberdeen?
What? No. My friend played the violin to me.
Oh, that's
for
right.
this. He said, I play the violin and then
Performed
press play on the cassette player and play this. And it was magical because you remember I wanted to play the violin growing up.
Yeah, that's right. And I can't believe you were denied.
That's really mean, isn't it? When a kid wants to
has a dream.
stretch their musical wings.
Hey,
and
have you
parents
looking
say
to
no.
grow
Have you ever heard a child learning to play the violin?
I know, it's horrendous.
Oh,
and
it's
to be
awful.
honest, when you get older too, it's not the coolest thing to whip out at parties. But it was St Barbara Square in Kalgoorlie. It's where all the kids used to break dance.
And you wanted to play the violin to them?
No. That's where the music shop was, and every time we go to Kmart, I'd just stand there in the window, just looking at this violin, thinking.
Kmart sold
One day.
violins?
No, just the
shop next
okay,
to the
right. I was going to say.
Sam, interesting. So, Sam, who taught you to play this? Was that Harry?
I just thought I'd give it a crack, firing off a button.
What an arsehole.
Sam,
See, you could play your own misery music if you knew
brilliantly
the
done.
violin.
I could, Sean, and misery music follows me around.
For good reason.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Let's go to Florida, everybody.
Look at that.
We're off.
We're just patting then.
US correspondent for Channel 7 is working his butt off in Florida, obviously. Okay, David, are you there?
Morning, guys. Yeah, how you going?
Oh, we're great, David.
You have been working so hard.
I've been following your reports, David, and I love the fact that you went and spoke to some of the locals, and my favourite thing I've ever seen is one of the locals you saw, I think, down at a restaurant. We're going to play it for everyone right now. Here he is.
Yeah.
I hang out at home, and I smoke my pot, and I end up eating all my hurricane supplies.
So you got the munchies.
Ate all his hurricane supplies.
What else are you going to do?
Some people can't be helped, can they,
Do
David?
you know that you guys are the only ones who have picked up on that? I snuck that in, and no one has even mentioned it. I've done so many interviews and radio interviews over the past 24 hours, but it was my favourite grab because it really sums up that peak Florida attitude.
I pissed myself laughing. So he was just at home, and can you give us any more to the story?
Yeah, he was just at home. He'd had his house boarded up. He was going to ride it out, so he wasn't going to leave. There was no chance of him actually leaving. But to stop him actually going through his stash at home, he went to the pub at 10 o'clock instead and started having some beers for breakfast instead. So there was a few people like that, but it really goes to that, that beating heart of, freedom here in the United States, and people won't be told what to do. They just wanted to ride this one out despite all those warnings.
You see that up north in WA, in the far north, when a cyclone goes through, and they just see it as an all-night drinking opportunity. It's the same vibe, isn't it? Is it the tropics that does it to them, do you reckon?
It might be, yes, that relaxed sort of attitude that comes with the tropics. I spoke to another lady. She had a roaring hangover. We shouldn't be laughing because obviously people have died.
I know. But you know what? You've got to laugh at what you can laugh at. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, exactly right. And she had a roaring hangover, and I was talking to her today, and I said, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "Oh, yeah, we had a massive hurricane party at our house." So, look, that's the attitude that some people were taking to this, and we had, the mayor of Tampa saying, "If you stay, you will die."
Yeah.
Still, people sort of, just wanted to go their own way.
Hey, David, when you slip that one in about the guy getting the munchies and eating all his stash, when you send that back to 7, are you expecting them to edit it down, or, how does it get through?
No, I just snuck that one in. So nobody really saw it until it went to air.
And no one mentions it. Yeah, I love that.
Okay, Dave, talk us through the actual aftermath. What does it look like where you are now?
So we're in St. Petersburg, and they've copped an absolute belting over the past 12 hours or so, ever since Milton did. Raw assured around that Siesta Keys area. In fact, we went down there today, so that's where the eye of the storm actually passed over the coastline. And look, as bad as things are, and as I say, 11 people have died, not so much as a direct result of this storm cell, but more a result of the record numbers of tornadoes that sort of spun out of this weather system. But what we didn't get is we didn't get a lot of that storm surge, and that was what had really been worrying authorities. And that's when these hurricanes, they bring in all that warm water in from the Gulf of Mexico, and it just totally swamps communities. And if you're in your house, you stand absolutely no chance because you're under meters and meters of just like this turbulent, bubbling, filthy water, and you're really up against it. We didn't really get those kind of scenes. Plus, the warnings have been in place for so long, and everybody had sort of made a run for it as well. So a combination of a couple of things. As bad as it was probably the best version of bad that Florida could have hoped for.
Yeah.
Was Tropicana Field, is that in St. Petersburg where the Rays play?
Yeah. In fact, I can see it now. So it had the roof ripped off. You would have seen those pictures.
Yes.
So it was, I think, rated to stand winds in excess of 100 miles.
Oh.
And if someone can do a quick calculation
It's 160
on that. But I don't know what that is in K's.
160, yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That was actually an easy one, wasn't it? And so
Exactly.
they ripped the roof off that, and that had been where all those first responders and the National Guard was going to be. And that was going to be one of those staging areas if there had been that mass displacement. We didn't really get that, so the roof was ripped off. So the good news is it didn't have to really get used anyway. But some incredible pictures there. It was absolutely trashed in that storm and in that wind.
Hey, David, I was watching your report last night, and a tornado was just 5 minutes away from where you're staying. Is that right?
Yeah, so we were down around the Fort Myers area, so it was kind of going to be the back end of the tornado. It kind of curls up the coast, and we were going to cop the end of it. But because of where we were and the quirks of weather pressures and things like that, we were getting a lot of these tornado spin-offs, and they were the deadly ones. And one happened just around the corner, about 5 minutes or so away, and we saw it pop up online, and we got the alerts on our phones as well. But these things, they pop up as quick as they disappear, and by the time we got round to that community to go and have a look, it had absolutely been trash, and it had just ripped the roofs off all of these houses, this neighbourhood, street after street after street. These are people who were sort of on the edge of that evacuation zone, so they probably would have been okay from the hurricane itself, and they'd been preparing to ride that out. I spoke to one guy who'd been doing some work on the kitchen table, and next minute he looks up and the roof is gone, his cats and dogs are gone, and now he's in the middle of a hurricane, or a hurricane's bearing down, and he doesn't actually have anywhere to go, so he's got to make new plans.
If you watch the block, you'll see that they put a lot of skylights in, so sometimes that can be a selling point.
This is the storm chasers. Were they everywhere?
Yeah, they were everywhere, and they love it as well. And they love to stand out there, and they've all got their blogs and their bloody online things, and they just the more that they can get, into the thick of it. Well, it's quite funny because we saw so much, because Helene had been through here, Hurricane Helene, just a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, the state hasn't even really had a chance to clean that up, so there's absolutely rubbish piled high everywhere. And so that is all being turned into, deadly projectiles, all those things like sideboards and all of that are flying around the place. Those guys, they love it. They live for it. They're in those armoured vehicles. They drive around.
They do tours now too, don't they? Yeah. Literally, you can sign up for a storm chaser tour. So they're like literally, when everyone else is fleeing, they're going towards the danger, which is insane. And people have paid for the privilege of doing that, David. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, people love it. It is big business over here, and especially this time of year as well. I mean, it is the time to be a storm chaser in Florida and in America.
What about the opportunists just getting around the place trying to pick up the things that are being blown out of people's yards or off their roofs?
Sideboard that's flying through the air.
Well, who knows?
Or get us a sideboard, David. Get us a sideboard.
I've got a couple of bedside tables in the car.
Fantastic. Well, it saves you a trip to IKEA.
They just landed on your patio. It was amazing. David, thank you so much for talking to us over the last couple of days. You've given us such incredible insight.
Oh, you're really good in a tornado and hurricane, I have to tell you.
You're going to become the specialist.
Yeah. You really come into your own.
Oh, yeah, thanks. No, I like it. I've taken on that American mode, so I wear the hat now, so, just keep the feathers down. I don't want to lose the Turkish plug, so I've sort of figured that out.
Lovely.
Channel 7 US correspondent David Woywood going the extra mile. Thanks for talking to us.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hey, I was watching Channel 10 News last night, and there's this story where I didn't know anything about it beforehand. It's about an old man, right? So this is it, an old man.
Yes.
And he's got his past, and he's got a lot of money, and it's about where the money went. Okay. Now, I've split the story up into two halves. Right. Okay, so here is the first half of the story.
So when they found out Bruce Holman had left his entire fortune to the club, they only had one question. Who's Bruce?
We had a photo of Bruce that we put on one of our newsletters and said, does anyone remember bringing this gentleman to our club, please?
Their benefactor visited the club once on a new membership day in 2019.
It must have been a great day. Terrific.
The thing that was missing from that was it's a bowls club.
It's a bowls club.
So
he visited the club?
All his money to a bowls club that he wasn't a member of.
He was there on
He went to open day.
An open day, and for one day, and then left them over $1 million.
God.
So be happy about that. That buys a lot of shandies, doesn't it, Sean?
Yeah. Oh, you're not wrong.
What's the going rate at a bolo?
Jeez. For a pint these days, paying about $7.
Yeah. Oh.
So,
it's cheap as.
Are you ready for the twist?
Yeah.
Here we go.
But 10 minutes down the road, the Doncaster Bowls Club had some questions. Bruce had been a member there for 15 years, but snubbed them in his $1 million estate. He'd hired a lawyer to raise concerns over the accuracy of his will, but Bruce's lawyer has told 10 News First his client's wishes were clear.
It was only about 3 months later he changed his will. His words were to the solicitor because of the friendliness of our club.
So he changed it. He absolutely
Somebody got him offside. Somebody got him offside.
In families, right? Obviously, you're out of the will. He's in number one. Yep. This is a bowls club that he'd been a member 15 years.
So now it's been reported there's speculation from club members that Bruce had been unhappy with the people from Doncaster, and he did this as payback.
That's so funny, though. What a way! How vengeful! Beyond the grave. You're getting back at somebody that wronged you.
I love it. So there. Anyway, the Don Vale Bowls Club, they're very excited.
I bet they are.
They are putting on a new roof.
Great work.
Yeah, it's so funny.
The Bruce Holman Memorial roof.
It was so funny. It was so funny. When they first got the donation from him, they were going, "Does anyone know who this guy is?"
Hilariously random. Sorry,
very vengeful.
Did he have family?
I don't think he did.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I don't think he did.
Because also, if he snubbed them to give it to a bowling club that he never went to, that's pretty telling
so
too,
funny.
isn't it?
Oh
I
my
mean,
God,
think
Bruce.
about that when you're writing your will. Who can you get back at?
Yeah,
that's what you should be thinking about.
I think so too.
You know,
who can you bitch slap from the grave?
Yeah.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Oh, the boys are concerned.
I'm really concerned.
I don't know what it's about. There's a movie, Lonely Planet, and it stars Laura Dern and Liam Hemsworth. And we think that perhaps they're romantically involved.
I know, but if it was the other way around, no one would bat an eyelid.
I know, but it's somebody the same
Hemsworth.
No,
I don't bat an eyelid.
No, I don't care about the age.
No, I do. He deserves better than that as an on-screen lover.
But this is if that's the plot of the movie.
No, but what Sean's saying is he thinks that Liam deserves a better, hotter, older woman. Is that right?
Yeah. Okay. We have a round of dough raisers coming
Sean
away
doesn't
shortly.
yearn for Dern.
Yeah, no, I've got an old duck as a partner.
Good morning, Megan.
The Maggie Smith of Sean's heart.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
It's Domino's Dough Raisers for Telethon. Nathan, Nat and Sean need your help to raise dough for Telethon. Domino's Dough Raiser is on now with part proceeds from every pizza sold donated to Telethon. On now till Sunday at participating Domino's stores.
All right, here we go. Together with Domino's, we're raising much needed money for telethons. Currently, we have $3,300 in the contest. For every correct answer that we get, another $100.
Good news for Rebecca because she's the first person to call through, which means she gets the choice this morning, Nate.
Hi, Beck.
Hi, Beck.
Hi, how are you?
Great, Beck. So, I mean, personally for you, the joy and thrill of being able to raise some money for telethon, but also $200 to spend at Domino's.
That's what's up for grabs.
So, you've got prime choice. You've got Nathan and Harry here. And
on Harry's last day, will he go out in a triumph?
And you've got Natalie and Sean. Where are you feeling you need to
go?
Pick.
I feel like you've got to give Harry some faith and go with Harry on the last day.
Harry.
Pressure's on.
It sounds like you might kick it forward, as we say, to Harry.
That means Catherine from Bicton. Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
You're on team Sean and Nat, and we're all from the same hood. So, we'll look after you. Don't worry, Catherine.
Yeah, they'll see you down at the dog park.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Well, you guys are first.
No, hey, we don't even know what the bloody category is yet.
We don't.
Let's have a listen.
The category is games.
What do you mean games?
Games.
Amy?
So think board games, playing games.
Yeah, right.
Yes, kids' games.
Amy, is there any bullcrap rules that you've wound into this?
Yes, you're not allowed to use family members' names.
Oh.
Whose family members? Our own family
there
members.
goes Hungry Marlene. Are you kidding me?
It's a random.
Amy, this is not 10% easier than yesterday.
But what about Snakes and Brian?
All right, so Harry is going to be giving the clues.
Okay.
Nathan, 3-word clues, of course. You can't say any part of the answer. And you can pass at any time, Nathan, as you know.
Yeah, I know.
And you're playing for Rebecca.
Rebecca, let's do
this.
this.
All right.
Dial in, Nathan.
You have a minute to get as many as you can. Harry and Nathan, your time starts now.
Finding someone.
Guess who? No, finding someone. Finding someone.
Finding someone.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Finding someone.
Finding someone. Pass.
Hide and seek.
Oh, okay.
Queen's Gambit.
Oh, chess. Correct. Yep.
Assets. Board. Money.
Monopoly.
Yes.
Gambling.
Poker.
Yep. Letters jumbled
Yahtzee.
No.
Upwards. Scrabble.
Yes. Acting characters.
Charades.
Yes. Drawing.
Pictionary.
Yes. Throwing sharp objects.
Darts.
Yes. Stacking blocks. Great work.
What do we do?
7.
Oh!
7. Well done. So, Sean, I mean, we're in trouble because they were all the games I've heard of.
What
are we going to do next?
I thought in my mind it was board games, and when you got me with the hide and seek at the start, I was like, that threw me. So now you know it's any games.
Yeah, kids games.
No, that's going to help.
Game.
Yeah, they're the only ones that we knew.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, righto, Kath. Let's go now.
Okay, I'm ready. Okay, our time starts now.
Putting hands
Rock, paper, scissors.
differently.
Paper, rock, scissors.
Was putting hands, there's 2 words, isn't it?
Putting hands differently.
Putting hands is 2 words.
Okay, pass. Twister. Number 1, Italian.
Nice.
Uno.
Yes.
Old people in a hall.
Bingo.
No,
18
old
words.
people in a hole. Out.
Oh, come
No,
on.
out. 100 words.
Little blocks.
Lego.
Knock.
Jenga. Little blocks knock.
Knock.
Is that helping? No, pass.
Why did you say pizza?
It's not bad.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Dominoes.
Hopping on leg.
No, you can't say hop, Sean. It's hopscotch.
Oh, shit.
You're really bad at this.
Round balls hitting each other.
Round balls hitting each other.
Well, I gave up.
I'm just trying to tell Nat what it was.
Well, look,
How many
officially
did you
our
get?
score was 1. If you won't let him have the one where he said A.
What total did we make?
800. So that takes it to $4,100.
No.
But we're just going to round it
We're going to round it to $5,000. $5,000. But guess what, Rebecca? You're a winner, baby.
You've got $200 to spend at Domino's, Rebecca.
No worries, babe.
Catherine, have a word to Sean when you see him at the dog park, okay?
Oh, Catherine.
Yeah.
Oh, you tried.
Oh, that's really encouraging of you and magnanimous.
We donated to Telethon today.
Sorry, Nat.
We did such a good job, Harry. That was a good way for you to end your career here.
So, Sean, the game was Domino's, and this competition is sponsored by Domino's, and you didn't think to make that link?
To say pizza.
Pizza.
Or this competition's sponsor. 3 words.
No, mate. I lost myself straight away.
Yeah, so
Anyway, that happened.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
There has been something so exciting that happens to Telethon every year, and we've been lucky enough to be part of it.
Yeah,
and it's got something to do with this song. It is the thrill of being part of a conga line.
That's right, when they hit a milestone, everybody jumps up and starts congering all over the place.
I used to watch it as a kid in Kalgoorlie, and then when I got a chance to be part of it as an adult, it was really as a kid you never
Dreams
thought,
do come
look
true.
at these famous people holding on to Cat and doing conga line. And I got to do it. It was amazing.
Did you get on the phone straight away to Marlene and say, Mum, did you see me?
I
was actually doing it.
I was congering behind Irene from Home and Away. So this year we thought, let's celebrate that.
Yeah.
We're doing something extra special to launch the Telethon weekend with a big bang.
Yeah, introducing our own conga line for Telethon.
That's right. Next Friday, October 18th, we're going to be taking our show on the road from 7 a.m. We're going to be walking from our studio.
Indeed.
Yeah, we're going to be going from our studio to RAC Arena, and we're going to be kicking things off with a $5,000 cash donation.
Then we'll be making our way down Hay Street. So if you spot the conga line along the way, give us a wave, honk, or you can join in.
Yeah,
That's what conga lines are all about.
Anybody
can join for a little bit, the whole lot, up to you.
If you're walking that way, jump on in with us. We're going to have special guests going to be peppered along the way. Some big names as well. We're going to be joining the conga line. And just remember how awkward it is to walk in a conga line.
Yes. We'll also have Telethon buckets there to collect donations if you want to chuck some cash in while you're driving past.
It's our conga line for Telethon and Bankwest.
It's going to go off next Friday morning.
It's the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Hey, remember, is it W, the Ibis House? Remember the Ibis House?
In Inaloo, I think.
It's just around the Cedric Street entry or exit, whichever way you see, around sort of near IKEA sort of thing. There was a house there, and it was called the Ibis House. Have you guys ever heard of the Ibis House, Bella? Have you?
I haven't.
Sam, have you heard of the Ibis House? No. Okay, so it was this house, and it was sort of on the corner, and it was just covered in bin chickens, and they were everywhere. And the rumour was it was that the woman was feeding them.
Well, you would imagine so. Why would they go to one house in particular?
And literally, there would be hundreds on top of the house and in the yard, and they would not even step a foot into the yard next door.
It's going to keep people away. You're not going to get door knockers. Do you know what I mean? If your house is covered in ibis.
Yeah. So this is insane. A woman in the US, she 10 years ago started feeding a family of raccoons, and now it has grown into a size where they've infested a backyard. There are now hundreds.
So that family's bred and also told their raccoon friends, hey, free food. Just like Sean would do.
It drove her out of a house.
Oh.
And
so
then,
now they own property.
Yeah, so then the wildlife operators, they had to remove the raccoons and get the homeowner back into her property, but they're saying that because, of course, the raccoons have been, their friends have been told about this is where you get free food, they're probably going to just come back.
Well, squatters' rights in the US are full on.
That's right.
Yeah, and it really throws up the idea of when people tell you not to feed the wildlife, what can possibly happen.
Yes.
When I was in Amsterdam and we were staying on a houseboat, there was a sign there saying don't feed the swans, and we're like, whatever. So we started feeding the swans, and every morning we were getting woken up by just dozens of ferocious swans pecking at the windows with their beaks.
You know why? Because they've come straight out of the cafe, starving.
I know where we get a free feed.
They just had a giant joint. Bella works with us here. She answers the phones. We're talking about people feeding wildlife and what can go wrong. What happened with your friends?
So my friend just bought a house out in the hills, like Kalamunda Way, and they moved in, and they started hearing all of these, like, noises in the walls, in the ceilings. Anyway, it turns out the old lady who was living there before must have been, like, feeding the possums. So they have a possum infestation, like, in the ceiling. In like 20.
Oh, that's a lot of possums. Like one possum makes a lot of noise.
And they have been like pulling out all of the like insulation, like taking over,
wiring, everything.
It's crazy. You walk into this one room that they like don't use, they can't use, and it literally smells like the zoo.
Oh, wow. So what are they doing to get rid of it?
Well, they got quoted, so they have to get professionally removed because they're like native wildlife.
Yes.
$20,000.
To remove the possums.
20 possums, though.
This is the thing when you're buying a house, how would you ever think that there was the owner beforehand was feeding possums there in the roof?
Probably go in that room that smells like the zoo.
Wow, yeah, that'd be a giveaway.
So they're buying or renting?
Buying.
Buying. So did they notice the possum problem
They didn't
before?
notice it. But when they moved in, my friend said she was literally like laying in bed.
Yeah,
one
they
night
wouldn't have
by
done any
herself.
home opens at night, put it that way.
Yeah, and she just heard this like
nocturnal.
scratching in the walls, and like they fight in the ceiling.
Yeah,
and have you heard possums fight?
Yeah.
It's
It's
terrifying.
wild.
Yeah,
So
nunchucks, everything.
So are they supposed to disclose certain things about a home?
Yeah.
Or do
Or
they
that
not
would be a
have
due
to?
diligence thing, I would think, about like that.
That doesn't seem legal.
Well, you can get an inspection
Yes,
done.
that's right.
And
You'd
most
think that
people
would
do,
show
but
up
they
in
look
the
for,
inspection because they
white
look in the
ants and
ceiling.
stuff like that.
They do look in the ceiling
They do
usually,
look in
don't
the
they?
ceiling.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel it may have been like a private sale thing, like a you know.
Yeah.
I hope they got a good deal.
That's a stitch
Look,
up.
we want to talk about the perils of feeding the wildlife.
Yes. Have you fed the wildlife?
There's
and
a
now do
reason
you
they tell us not
understand?
to.
Now you understand why it's not allowed?
When I was in America, I was doing a road trip in the deep south, and we were somewhere in rural Texas, and there was a drive-through wildlife sanctuary.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're
In
like...
Texas.
In Texas, right? So we're like...
That's very
let's do
Tiger
that.
King, isn't it?
We'll do this. But there were no wild animals like that.
No.
But they give you a bag of pellets.
Yeah.
And the very clear instructions. They're like, don't feed them from your hand.
Yeah.
what you need to do is throw the pellets on the ground, and the animals will come up to you. And we're like, oh, that's cute. And then we drive in. The first thing in the rental car. First thing we do is we see baby deer. It's like Bambi, like the wet-nosed little baby deer, and they're putting their nose up. And so the first thing I did was feed them from my hand, and the baby deer then jumped up with its little baby deer hooves and went scratch all the way down the door panel of the rental car.
Oh, Natalie. What happened?
No, we just made sure it was super clean and dropped it off really quickly. And the guy, when we dropped it off at Dallas Airport, did not look very closely at it.
Yeah.
And we did not bring it to his attention.
You park it near a wall.
Yes,
really close to a wall.
He did the most casual lap of the car you've ever seen, and we're like, great, thanks, see you later.
Yeah, we are going to find out why it's not a good idea when they tell you not to feed the wildlife. Hi, Jess.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, Jess.
What happened?
It's my auntie.
Yeah.
She was feeding magpies in her yard.
Yes.
And the swarm grew to about 8, and then they decided she wasn't feeding them enough. So now if she ever goes outside with food, they take it from her hand. Or if they're sitting at their back table trying to have barbecue or whatever, they just swarm the table and go nuts. So now she can't eat outside.
Because the magpies want whatever she's having. Yeah. But you want the magpies on your side because it's sweeping season right now.
It is.
Yeah.
That's the toughest bird to have an issue with.
It is. Because they actually do have memory.
You do.
Yeah, they do.
So really,
they remember faces.
Really, the only thing to do is to let them have the backyard.
Hand it over. That's
magpies the scariest thing growing up. Magpies were the most scariest bird.
Like I've been swooped in and it drew blood. Yeah. On my temple. Came from behind, bang, straight into my temple.
But think about this. You can never have a backyard barbecue.
No, that's right. Nothing. Well, you can, but you can only invite magpies.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jess. Robert's in Caversham. Hi, Rob.
How are you? How are you?
Good, Rob. That was the best intro ever, Rob.
Thank you, Rob. Thanks for caring. Now, talk to us about the perils of feeding wild animals.
Okay, we've been living at a place for 16 years, and we've never noticed that our neighbours had peacocks.
Yes.
Well, one morning we finally got an introduction.
Yeah.
A beautiful, we didn't know at the time, males are the beautiful ones that fan out.
Yes.
And we wake up, we come outside for the first time, there's this beautiful peacock fanning its lovely feathers, and we said, oh my God, how do we get and make sure this happens every morning? So we decide to feed this peacock. Well, of course, it comes back every morning thinking this is absolutely fantastic. Well, not knowing there's also a female that comes with a male.
Yes.
Well, hidingly, this female had other eggs, which were other peacocks.
Yes.
Cut a long story short, we've now got 20 peacocks that come to our house, not knowing that peacocks, they absolutely crap 10 to 15 times each.
No.
And they crap on everything. I'm talking your front doorway, on your windowsill, your car, your trampoline, your pool.
Not the trampoline.
Oh, yeah, not the trampoline. Well, that's what the kids keep saying. Please, Dad, not the trampoline.
Robert, are you in the car right now? Is that where you are?
Yeah.
Who's there laughing their head off?
With you?
I've got my partner. I've got my 2 children who refuse to get out the car to go to school to listen to this truth.
Because all I'm saying is your partner, she's pissing us off laughing.
And through the window.
And so you can't stop because that'll make them angry.
Where is the current peacock problem now? What are we living with?
Well, you get out in the morning and they sound like screeching cats, and you can't get out. And sometimes you can't even drive out your own driveway because they're fanning.
So what do you have to host?
And if you do move your vehicle, they jump onto your car and they'll scratch and gouge it the whole lot.
God.
So you have to go out there with food and entice them out of your driveway so you can at least leave.
So what food are you using to get the peacocks out of your driveway every morning?
It's bread normally, but they love vegetables. They love anything that they can peck at.
Hey, Rob, do you have the hose down the joint all the time with the poo?
Unfortunately, constantly. They destroy your garden. It's incredible.
But remember that first time you saw him fanning out his feathers? How majestic. And you want it every day? You've got it every day.
Oh, Well, I asked for that, didn't I?
Can I say, this has been the most enjoyable phone call I've had for a very long time.
Robert, you and your whole family are a joy.
I want more people to call, and I want their wives in the seat laughing their heads off.
Hey, Robert, for you and the family, we've got $150 for thanks to KFC. Now, you need to eat this in front of the peacocks.
Yes.
Warning.
A cautionary tale.
You taste better crumbs.
Should have seen these birds' feathers, I'd say.
Maybe I should show the peacocks what will happen if they continue doing this.
Exactly.
Do it. Do
with
it.
the KFC.
Oh, mate.
KFC, mate.
Yeah, you'll end
Love
up in
it.
a bucket, say to them.
Robert, thank you. You've been a joy,
your
an
family.
absolute joy. Thank you.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
One word, $5,000. Nova 937's missing word for ABC Blinds. Transform your home for less with ABC Blinds Spring Inspiration Sale. Save up to 40% off indoor blinds, shutters and sheer curtains.
All right, be nice to round out a Friday morning with a bit of a $5,000 win, wouldn't it, eh?
It feels correct.
Destiny,
Feels right.
destiny.
Yeah. Hey, Jenna.
Hi, how you going?
Good,
Jenna. So we've gotten so many clues so far for this word. So we've got an Aussie staple. He owns a few of these. The word starts with the letter S. And yesterday's clue, some men have been arrested because of these. Guesses? No.
The things that have been guessed so far, Speedos, Weet-Bix, sunglasses, hat, jumper, wallet, sunnies, sunscreen and sandals. So we can rule all of those out, Jenna. Let's have a listen to the sentence.
I can't leave the house without my...
What do you think the answer is, Jenna?
Singlet.
Oh,
for $5,000, singlet.
Yeah.
Well, he is a man who feels the cold.
He does, but Sean likes to refer to anything that's sleeveless as a muscle shirt. Because, of course, a singlet doesn't show the fact that you got muscly arms.
You went to the singlet where that's just summer wear. I went to the singlet you wear under your clothes in winter because you're cold.
You've seen me do that before because I'm a pussy.
He has done both of those things.
But for $5,000, is that correct? No.
Oh, no joy, Jenna.
Sorry, Jan.
Hey, Josh.
We move on so fast. Hello,
Hey, Josh. Josh, $5,000 would be handy. What would you do with it?
I'd probably pay bills. I don't know.
You go hard with questions sometimes, and I think you've gone a bit too far then.
Stop being so confrontational.
I'm not moving on until I get an actual link to what you're buying.
Maybe pay some bills, mate. All right, leave him alone.
Straight out of Liam Bartlett's playbook, that question.
All right, Josh, finish this sentence.
I can't leave the house without my...
surfboard.
Okay, let's have a look at this. An
Is it
Aussie
fit,
staple.
Nate?
Well, surfing is an Aussie staple. He owns a few of these.
That is correct.
You do own a few of them.
It starts with S.
Yeah,
That's
and
correct.
some men have been arrested because of these. Arrests because of a surfboard. Point Break.
Chappelle Corby. Although no, she's
that's
not
a
a
boogie
man.
board.
She
And
wasn't
that's
a man.
But Point Break, remember that was
Mate, the boat is off for mate. I was expected to see him off the Florida coast right about now.
Yeah.
Is it correct though for $5,000?
Well, I don't know.
Well, you're the man who knows.
No, it is not.
Oh, Josh. So, I know. Sorry,
I know,
mate.
and he needed his money for bills or
Bills and stuff.
I don't know.
Thanks, Josh. Michelle's in East Caddington. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, how you going?
Hi, Mish.
Michelle, we're trying to give away $5,000, Mish.
Yeah, let's listen to the sentence again. Why not, everyone?
I can't leave the house without my...
Michelle?
Stubbies.
Stubbies.
As in the shorts?
Or as in the
it doesn't matter. It's just the missing word.
No, but Sean would like to know her intention with the sentence.
Either or.
Either or.
Yeah.
All right.
That could be the trick of it.
Sean, I would like to ask a question on behalf of...
Yes, sir.
Do you drink stubbies or cans?
Depends who's paying for it.
Yeah.
In the fridge at the moment, they're stubbies.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I would suggest he'll drink anything.
Sean,
Yes, sir.
do you wear stubbies or do you wear Okinois?
I would think, Nathan, well, growing up, both of us wore stubbies.
Yeah, we did. And then we went into the Okinoi phase.
So, Michelle, what would you do with the $5,000?
Well, I have my daughter sitting here right with me, so I'd share it with her.
Oh, you
Would
have
you
to say
scream
that, don't
really
you?
loud
How
if you
old is
want
she?
to?
How old is she, your daughter?
She's 26, nearly 27.
And are you gonna?
It's time she stood on her own 2 feet.
Can I just tell your daughter? Can I tell your daughter that there is a stage in life where you don't say 27, 26, turning 27?
Yes.
There is a stage in life where you hold on to 26 as long as you can.
Yeah. Like 49.
Yeah. You don't say 49 turn 50. You go 49, just turn 49. 49 closer to 48.
Kind of implied because that's how birthdays work. Hey, Michelle.
Yes?
Sean's going to tell you if you're correct or not.
Okay.
Here we go. Can we have a drum roll, please, Sam?
No.
Sam can't find a drum
It's Sam's
roll.
first day. Leave him alone.
Harry hasn't told him where it is in the drawer.
Harry packed it away.
So for Michelle, for $5,000, you were incorrect.
Oh, it's not Stubbies.
That was really mean. He was acting like you won.
Yeah, he's a horrible person. Remember that, Michelle. Ross will give you another clue after 9 o'clock, everybody. So stick around. We're going to try and give away $5,000 on Monday.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
The end of an era for our little team here at the Nathan, Nat and Sean show.
Can I tell you, we are going to be so parched because whenever we have been in the need of a tall drink of water,
We've
there's been
always-
one right in front of us with a curly straw, and his name is Harry Fitzgerald.
Big H.
It's time, guys.
Now, you're leaving us for bigger and better things. You're going on to pursue the Kick It Forward TikTok account and...
Yeah, and the podcast as well, don't worry. Yeah.
Just another social media star coming out of this team. That's not us. What is this? But why?
It's a factory.
We are. If you want to, and I'm being honest, anyone listening right now, and I'm looking straight into the social media. If you want to become a success in whatever field, make sure you work with us for a couple of months because what happens is you go off into your dreams, and we stay here.
We're what's known as the launch pad.
And we do the same thing.
It took more than a few months, but you got there in the end.
It did take a few months. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I've been working on that on the side. Yeah, for sure.
So,
Now, there were a few things you wanted to do before you left, right?
There's a couple of there's a bit of unfinished business. So of course, each morning I come in nice and early and we organise some grabs for what might be coming up that day.
It's Nathan and Harry's special time.
That's it.
Oh.
There was one from about how long ago was it? 3 months. So?
Yeah, maybe that we never got to play.
We never got to play it.
Yeah.
Do we want to give the context? Do you remember the context?
I remember the context. Why don't you play the grab, and then we'll see if you guys can remember. Let's get our boss David over here. He's in the building. David, we're going to play a grab, and you're going to guess the news story that this grab went to. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Play it again, Harry. So that's I'm a trout.
I have no idea.
Do you remember a story where a man and a lady were caught
in Tasmania?
A video on a boat?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
With a trout?
They used a trout.
Oh, okay. Well, it all makes sense
Unpleasantly,
now,
some might say.
Yeah. We never got to play that. So that was
so
really
exciting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sounds deep.
It does, doesn't it?
There was what about the other game we had lined up? We had this other thing lined up.
Well, it was going to be a segment because Harry was really excited. So what would happen is Harry, every morning we would come in and we'd pick a song for the day, and then we would put the film clip up, and then we'd talk about it at length, and then do a deep dive into that person's back catalogue.
Yeah. It didn't take off.
No. We didn't take off because we didn't even start it. But we got the opener, mate.
We did. Here it is.
Harry's hits. Harry's hits. Harry's hits. Harry's hits.
That's you singing and you doing backup?
Yeah, pretty much. Thanks to Zach for that one.
So that would have been a great segment.
When you listen, though, it sounds like you're saying Harry's zits.
No.
Which is German
Just
for your
you
dog.
talking through your skin infections.
I didn't mind that.
Yeah, it's not
That was
bad.
missed opportunity. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, I know.
Got anything else?
No, not really.
We got
That's
something
it.
for you.
Yeah, we thought we'd go
something
out with a bang.
We just want to say, Harry, that we are so proud of what you've done. And also the fact that people don't realise this, Harry is he's a trailblazer. He's the first person ever to go from sales, working here in the building, and then coming over to production and then being on air. It has never been done before and probably will never be done again.
No,
And dominated,
there's certainly no one over there that we'd take now.
Oh, they all just they open their mouths like, nah. We're not putting that on there.
No way.
Hey, Harry, we know you're destined for big things because I went to the footy with with you at the MCG a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the number of people that came up to Harry Fitzgerald and said, "Can I get a photo with you? Oh my God, here's a beer for the International Beer Drinking Champion. G'day, Keith." It just went on
That's
and
Melbourne.
on and on and on.
That is so cool, Harry.
You're a big deal, big fella.
Thank you, Nat.
So the only thing we can do is give you something that you've been harping on for about a year. Bring it in.
Bring it in.
No, stop
Harry, what have you got?
Is that what I think it is?
It is, Harry.
Is that the chair?
Harry's got his very own Yeti trail chair.
Look at it.
You're just like Brian and Marlene Morris now.
Oh, I need to sit down.
Go sit down in the chair, Harry.
Harry.
Go sit down in the chair. How's it? How are you feeling?
Oh, my.
I know.
That's
I know.
nice.
It even fits your giant frame. That's amazing.
I know. That's a $400 chair.
Oh, God.
We better see that in some videos.
That is a $400 chair. Now, our boss here, Dave McClung, is in here, and he's been saying to us, Harry is so important to the building, and he
wanted to make it say a few words.
He had something prepared to say.
You do.
I just said I needed his pass back.
Yeah.
That's literally.
Okay.
Aren't you supposed to walk him out as well? Thank you, Harry. In case you steal some eyepiece.
And Harry gets walked out now, doesn't he? All right, Harry.
Can I say some things first?
No.
God, no one cares.
Please, quickly, just
your podcast.
No, just thank you. Yeah, listen to Kick It Forward podcast, of course. But no, thank you to you guys, everyone on the team here. It's been great. It's been a fun place where I've been able to wear shorts to work every day. So I haven't really felt like it's been a job. It's always fun coming in here and having like the silliest chats ever. Off air, it is disgusting. You guys, it is gross. It is probably one of the most stressful parts of this job. Is in case if I leave the microphones on.
He's making sure that the off-air show doesn't get on air.
Yes, the whole station would absolutely crumble. It's been a great 5 years. I've also met my beautiful girlfriend through this show as well.
Ruby used to work here. Actually, so funny. If you and Ruby end up spending your lives together, you can play the show. Remember the Harry and Ruby show that was on between 5:30 and 6
for about a week and a half.
The early show.
The early show is where you started your love.
Not many highlights. But thank you guys. Got some more words for you, but I'll keep it short for our boss Dave here.
So Harry, he's taking your pass. You've got to leave.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay.
Sam,
Ross,
our new panel up.
Yes.
Tags.
Well, I thought, doesn't Harry have to still do reheated?
Yeah.
What's that?
Doesn't he have to record reheated?
He was doing it from the car park. They need him out, Ross.
Oh, it's been a pleasure, Harry. I know he's already left.
He's
but
gone.
He's gone. We move on.
He took his share anyway.
See you, Harry. We love you.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.